Welcome back. Tonight, so much to get to as we start with field hockey, a brand new coach on the team, and a jamboree that happened this last weekend. Our Connor Small there in the stands, what he saw, what he observed, and how this field hockey team is looking on the field this early part of the season. And we'll take a look at their schedule as well, as they also announced their captains this year. From there to the football team, a big jamboree for them. That's coming up this Saturday. Teams from Rhode Island, Connecticut, Western Mass, and right here in Central Mass will take the field to compete. What we know and the schedule today, and when will the Rams be playing in these hour-long games? Devin Roden, a big commitment announced by him and Shepherd Hill Athletics. Where will the Shepherd Hill star play in his future career? Girls soccer schedule, we'll get to that, as well as their big scrimmage win. And how about the boys soccer scrimmage, the results, the win for them, as we'll get to that as well. We have a couple other things that happened over the summer that we'll wrap up in this episode. How about Lindstrom signing with the Patriots? We'll talk about that. And I talked with the Braintree Little League team. You may have seen them at the Little League World Series. I talked with Steve Pratt, their vice president, what he had to say to me before they went into the Little League World Series. And now Chinese Taipei, Taiwan, they came up on top in that Little League World Series. That's in our national sports news. The Red Sox couldn't complete the sweep, but the Yankees lost quite a bit.
From the Sports Zone studios, this is Shepherd Hill Sports Zone with Cameron Simpson.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to another season of Shepherd Hill Sports Zone. It is so good to be back with all of you for this final ride, and it will be a lot of fun. We'll be with you every Monday and Friday from this moment on for the rest of this season, with a couple breaks in between. I'm Cameron Simpson. For those of you that are new here, make sure to follow us on Instagram and YouTube. Especially you freshmen, get on board with this great new team, as well as follow some of these other accounts. Shepherd Hill Athletics, they will be out there posting many of the same content we do, but they're a good follow. And the Ram Squad. Of course, I might be a little biased as a senior this year, but we have a great senior Ram Squad that will be leading you all through the events this year. So make sure to give them a follow as well. Well, it's been an eventful summer for me too, and I thank all of you for the well wishes that you sent my way throughout this August month. Doing very well, and I look forward to getting back to the classroom and getting back on the field with all of you, but it'll be a few more weeks. Well, many of you will step foot in school tomorrow, the first day of school. Can't wait for that. I'll still be here every Monday and Friday. I won't be in school quite yet. Give me a few weeks, I'll be there. All right, but let's get to the news of the day in just a second. I want to talk about what's going to happen this Sports Zone season. We have some new features that we're introducing to the show this year, including two that I think are going to be a lot of fun. The Senior Spotlight. This year we'll go through every team and feature some, if not all, of the seniors on that particular team. We're going to, of course, start in the fall, and don't worry, work is already underway to secure those interviews. We'll talk with them, the leadership of these senior groups, as well as what it's been like and what can they tell those underclassmen about how to carry on the legacy of Shepherd Hill. So that will be very interesting. I look forward to those unique pieces. Those will premiere every Friday starting in October. Just about October is my goal. We also have top 3 plays that will be making its first return this year. I hope. The goal is to have every single Friday 3 plays that overdo all of the plays of the week, the top 3 plays. Well, I can't be everywhere, and Connor can't be everywhere. We'll talk about him in just a second. So we need you to send them in. Send us to our Instagram feed. You can email me. You guys all know the email, cameron.simpson@dcrc.org or camsimpson065@gmail.com. You can email us all over the place to give us those top 3 plays, and we'll feature maybe your play right here on Sports Zone also every single Friday. With that all said, we have a new member of the team this year, and that leads us into our first story of the night. Connor Small will join us this year as a Shepherd Hill Sports Zone contributor, and while I could not be there at this field hockey event on Saturday, Connor could, and he was there sitting in the stands watching a big jamboree. Teams from all over came to Shepherd Hill to play on both the grass field and the turf field for a few short scrimmages, and the Rams also competed in that scrimmage. This new team with a new coach. But first, here's Connor Small's story on the Rams Jamboree.
Shepherd Hill held a jamboree of field hockey teams on August 22nd. The teams featured were Grafton, Bay Path, Tantascwa, Oxford, and Killingly. Each team participated in 5 scrimmages across 3.5 hours. Shepherd Hill field hockey showed strong and consistent defensive rhythm and showed off their smart movement with the ball and shot selection, constantly keeping the opposing goalkeeper at work. Their next game will be September 2nd at Leicester High School and will play their first home game on September 15th against Littleton High School. Good luck to them for the new season.
It was a big fun morning. You see some of the pictures here as well from all of the different teams that competed. A lot of fun for the team. And I mentioned at the start that this new team will have a new coach. They are welcoming their new assistant field hockey coach, Mackenzie Gearton, and Mackenzie joins from Nichols College in her first year of coaching. Before coaching, according to the post on social media, she's had numerous years of playing experience up at the collegiate level, and she'll be joining the Rams this season as a new coach, as well as their captains, which they announced will be Lily Terry and Ella Pinto, both saying, Ella Pinto saying in a quote, "This is a very bittersweet season, but I'm excited to play with my team again." And then Lily Terry saying, "I'm so excited for this season." Of course, we'll talk to Ella Pinto, one of the seniors, in hopefully a few weeks about that moment, what it's going to be like being that senior. We'll talk about Devon in just a moment, but first let's talk about the football team as a whole. And it was announced yesterday. Of course, we know this was on the books for the last few weeks. A jamboree. The football team will play in 2 games on Saturday. And if you're a high school football fan, there's no place better to be than at the Hill on Saturday. So what is it going to look like? On August 30th, just $5 will get you in all day long. The morning starts with the Valley Panthers from Connecticut facing off against Bartlett, and then those same Valley Panthers will play Davis from Rhode Island. Bartlett, Davis again at 11 o'clock. That's the first set of the afternoon. A little break, and then at 12:30, Worcester North will play Bay Path. Bay Path then against Pilgrim, Rhode Island, and then Worcester North again against Pilgrim, Rhode Island. The final set of the day will begin at 4, Millbury versus Agawam, Agawam versus Shepherd Hill, and then Millbury versus Shepherd Hill. Those Shepherd Hill games at 5 and 6 o'clock. Cannot wait. All games will be played at the Shepherd Hill turf. This jamboree will bring together a lot, and it will give you a sneak preview of what to expect for this upcoming football season. I'll be there for at least those evening games with the Shepherd Hill team, and I think I'll be up there announcing some of it, so very excited. And I'm sure Connor will be there as well, covering it for us all day long. So we talked about Devon Roden. Well, he announced on X over the summer, maybe some of you missed it. Devon Roden is heading to Western New England University to study pharmacy. The running back will also be playing football, and he put a statement out there that was posted from the Shepherd Hill Athletics page over there on X, and he says, "I'm very grateful and excited to announce my commitment to Western New England University, where I will continue my academic career in the pharmacy program and athletic career as a Golden Bear. I want to thank all my high school teachers, coaches, and teammates from Shepherd Hill Regional and from AYF Football who believe in me, especially Coach Ide. I also want to thank my family for helping me in this process. Finally, I want to thank Coach LeBeau for giving me this opportunity to play at that next level." Congratulations to Devon, of course. We're very excited for him, and we're very excited to see him play this senior year. The girls' soccer team has been out and about this early season as well. Tryouts were last week, and then they played in a couple of scrimmages. They played Killingly, and they had a win in that. I want to say it was a 4-1 victory for the team, but I could be wrong. I really could be. They didn't post it yet here on Arbiter. And today they play Sutton High School over at Shepherd Hill, then Leicester on September 3rd. That should be the home opener. And the rest of the year, look at the schedules. The boys' soccer team also had a scrimmage against Killingly where they got a win. 3-1. That was their victory versus Killingly. They play Oxford today. And remember, just a scrimmage. So Shepherd Hill put up 1 in the first and then 2 in the second half. They just played halves, it looks like. So we'll see how they can do this year. Remember, last year wasn't the best, and they're hoping to turn things around. So just a quick note now. We know the Lindstroms very well here at Shepherd Hill. They're one of the most successful stories of our athletic program. And the Memphis Showboats center Alec Lindstrom signed with the New England Patriots over the summer. It happened July 30th. Lindstrom was a key contributor to the Showboats offensive line during the 2025 UFL season, and he began his professional career in 2022 And being from, of course, Dudley, Massachusetts, heading to the Patriots is pretty cool. I also want to end tonight with, in my interview with the Braintree Little League team. That those of you that don't know, the Braintree Little League went to the Little League World Series. It was a big deal, and I got the opportunity to talk with the vice president right before they went to Williamsport. Of course, with the tournament being over, they didn't win, but let's take a look at that interview.
Throughout the summer, a team from Braintree, Massachusetts has represented New England at Williamsport in the Little League World Series. The team has been supported so strongly from the state, including Fenway Park, where their score from Williamsport was on the famous Green Monster. Before the team headed off and played in Williamsport, where they would not make it to the finals in the tournament, they won a game and lost two. Steve Pratt, the vice president there at Braintree Little League, agreed to do an interview with me, where we asked him a lot of questions. In particular, a team that won the New England Regionals, I really wanted to know, what was it like going through that? Steve says it was a wide range of emotions throughout the game. Braintree American got out to a quick start, but that New Hampshire team they faced battled back, and we all know it ended in an extra innings, a very stunning extra innings, where the team was able to win in dramatic fashion.
Gets away from the catcher. Here comes Fasoli. Fasoli now retreats. Now he runs home and he'll score the winning run. Braintree is going to Williamsport.
That moment captured the win in the minds of so many in New England. The group been working together since they were 8 years old. That's how long they've been playing. And for the organization, Steve says it's been a whirlwind. The overwhelming support from league alumni and parents with kids on other Braintree American teams, the entire Braintree community, rival Little League programs, including tremendous support from East Braintree Little League, from the area, and outreach from others across the state and the region. The league couldn't be prouder of the team, not just for the 18 straight wins in the Little League World Series berth, but for the way that they've carried themselves and represented Braintree American Little League. The support continued when the team returned home with a parade and so many showing out to support these 12-year-olds. I asked Steve when did he realize this team had a chance, and he says that they played a very competitive District 8, which is that first tournament of the summer. You need to win to advance, and watching the team play in the tournament, he knew they had a chance to have a historic summer. This personally for Steve meant a lot. He's been part of Braintree American for the past 34 years, and he says, I'm as happy as I've ever been able to be part of this team's small run. But all the credit goes to the team and the players for their hard work, dedication, and historic on-field achievements. But you wonder how these players can stay focused at such a high-stakes tournament broadcasted on ESPN, ABC to the entire nation. Steve says all the credit goes to the coaching staff. He says the coaching staff has done a fantastic job setting the tone with the team, and the team has been even-keeled throughout the summer. Even as they continued to stack wins and attention on the team started to increase, they've always been humble, respected their opponents, while being confident in their abilities. The final question, and something that could leave a lasting impact, how did Steve think this World Series appearance will shape the future of Braintree Little League? We've always felt that we've had one of the best Little League programs in the country, Braintree American Little League, so we are happy that this is validated with this Little League World Series berth. But all the credit goes to this year's teams, coaches, and parents who've made tremendous sacrifices as well.
Well, it was Chinese Taipei, the Taiwan team, that was able to get the win at the Little League World Series, the first time since 1996. They won 7-0 versus Nevada. You know, Big Poppy can say it better than I can.
Yankees lose.
The Yankees lose, and they lost 3 in a row to the Red Sox, but they couldn't complete the sweep. It would have been the first time since the 1930s that the Red Sox would have swept the Yankees in 4 games or more. Can you believe this? In the Bronx. It would be the first time they were able to do it in the Bronx. Unfortunately, that stat will live on. It was 55 opportunities they have, now 56, and they fall short after losing to New York. And now the Yankees are closer in the wild card race, a half game back from the Red Sox. The Red Sox next series is pretty important if we want to see October baseball. They'll have to continue winning as they face off against the last place Orioles. We'll see what they can do, but they play them in another in another 4-game set. We'll see what happens. Thank you guys so much for being with us for another Sports Zone season. Can't wait to see you all back here on Friday as we'll preview more of the schedules and we'll give you a little more in-depth preview of that Jamboree that I'll be there and hope to see many of you there as well. Enjoy your first day back tomorrow and I'll see all of you right back here on Friday. Thanks for watching. Good night.
Thanks for watching Shepherd Hill Sports Zone, your place for Rams sports news.